What's up, everyone? Hi. For everybody that's been wondering where I've been at. Oh, there we go. I don't know why my phone is sliding. There we go. For everybody that's been kind of like wondering where I've been at and why I haven't been on live, I apologize. I just been taking care of myself and just really living and healing, like I told you guys. So those of you that have reached out to ask how I'm doing, everything, just know that I'm blessed, highly favored, like Charlemagne the God says. I'm blessed and I'm doing well. I also wanted to introduce myself to you all. So I don't know. I know some people like randomly pop in. So if you don't know me, my name is Maisho Allen. On here we talk about everything, you guys. Like, oh my gosh, like relationships, God, even like I be having some funny content, boxing, everything under the sun. You name it, we talk about it here. I talk about it here. Why am I saying we? Well, when I say we, I'm talking about my babies. I'm talking about my subscribers. We all engage, and it's just a great community over here. So those of you that don't know and don't know my name, just so that way you know, and if you would like to follow me on Instagram, you most definitely can. I also have my email in the bio, so if you want to just go ahead and email me or talk to me or ask me questions or anything like that, feel free to, and I always respond, right? When I get big on here, maybe a little bit different, but like I'm a woman of my word, so I'll still respond, you know what I'm saying? But if you do, I will read it and we can chat back and forth. So also, what this video is going to be about today is don't allow what people say stop you from being you. Let me say it again. Don't allow what people say stop you from being you. So before we jump into tips, everything that I talk to you guys about, I lived it or I am living it. Okay? And I always talk about just always being yourself and standing on what you say on all tens. Now, I know it's very hard in a society that we live in right now where everybody has an opinion and everybody wants to judge everybody. When I was growing up in the 90s, I didn't experience that. Everybody loved everybody if they had an opinion, and they will keep it to themselves or talk to other people about it behind closed doors. Now it's like anybody can jump on my comments and say their opinion. Anybody can just feels like they have the authority just to speak over your life, and they don't. Only God does. Let me repeat that. I like repeating what I say when it hits. People do not have authority over your life. Only God does. So always remember that. All right? And when it comes to myself, I have I'm not going to say a strong personality. I have a personality that stands out. And I am a woman that stands on all 10. If I said it, I said it. And I said what I said. That's just how I am. And who I am, I'm proud of who I am. But other people have walked out of their way to try to make me hate myself because they envy and they're jealous of who I am. And before that would get to me. But once I started really putting God first and really talking to God and really understanding myself, and like one of my best friends said, he said, you got to pray to ask God to help you understand your gifts. I've been doing that, so I'm able to see things from another lens, if that makes sense. So let's jump into the video right now. And then at the end, we'll have some like bonus things that I want you guys to know. And then if there's anything that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, like right now, then I'll make sure I'll make sure I mention it again at the end of the video. Let's get into it. So number one, I said, no, God made you the way you are for a reason. So for you to be the person that you are, for you to view life the way that you do, for you to touch people the way you do, for you to be able to connect and be able to relate to people, and for people to love you, that is all from God. God made you that way to connect with his people, with your people. God made you that way to change souls. God made you that way to leave a mark on this earth. God made you the way you are for a reason. So remember that. So if someone tries to come and break down your self-esteem or try to tell you that you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and want to break your spirit, just know they're not in the position to break your spirit. They sin just like you. God is the one that you answer to. God is the one that created you. God is the one you should always be going back to talk to ask questions or anything. God is the only one you're supposed to be speaking to when it comes to your life, because God created your life. So always remember that God made you the way you are for a reason. Now, I'm not talking about flaws. We all got flaws. I got flaws. I have things that I still need to work on, but I'm honest enough to even say that. Are things that I've done wrong, I'm honest enough to own up to that. But if I'm talking about my heart and how God, my spirit, now that's from God. God made me the type of person that I am. God made me able to connect with people. God made me able to be able to shake somebody's hand and know their spirit. God gave me that gift, and God made me the way I am for a reason. And I know that because I'm able to touch people touch people's lives in a different way, and that only comes from God. So just know that God made you. These people that are judging you or got a lot to say about you, you don't answer to them. You don't answer them. When it's your time and God calls you home, the person that you're going to be answering to and talking about all them sins and talk about everything that you did on earth and your choices and your decisions, that's going to be you and God. So just remember that. Number 2, I said you are not too much. People used to tell me all the time about my personality that I'm a lot. I'm not a lot. I'm not a lot. I'm probably too much to you because you don't know how to handle a person like me, or you don't know you've never dealt with somebody like me, so you don't understand where I'm coming from. And I have a lot of people like that. Like, they don't get the way that I am. They don't get my mindset. Okay, it's cool. It's not meant for you. Like I said, I'm not going to always be everybody's cup of tea. People are not always going to like me. I know that. And I'm okay with that. Why? Because I like me. I love me. Now, I have periods of times where I kind of struggle on my self-esteem, and that kind of stems down back to my childhood and different things that I went through growing up. But I can acknowledge that, and I know that I'm working on it. And certain things are triggering, but I know that. But at the end of the day, who I am as a person, my heart, what I stand for, I think I am a very dope person. And that is what matters. Number 3, I said stand on everything you say and don't back down. When you have an opinion, some people want to fight you down until you change your opinion. Don't change that. Stand on what you said. Stand on what you believe. Stand on what you're going to do. Stand on what you want to do. Stand on it on all 10. You know what I'm saying? Stand on that. Don't allow nobody to break you. And don't allow nobody to make you change who you are. Do not. Stand on who you are. And even if you feel like you're shaking a little bit, like you're getting nervous if somebody's making you feel uncomfortable and you feel like you're getting backed in the corner, still stand on what you said. Stand on when you don't stand up to people and you don't tell people, look, I understand that's your opinion, but this is how I feel. This is how I feel, and it's not going to change. You're not going to forgive yourself for doing that. You're going to be proud of yourself for sticking by what you say, even though you're shaking saying it, even though you're hesitating saying it, even though you don't want to say it. Stand on 10 and voice your opinion, and don't take back what you say, and don't change the way you show up in the world. The way you show up in the world, God needs you to show up as that. Okay? I want to say something, but I want to see if I wrote it down because, I did. So I'm not going to say what I wrote something down that I'm going to go over, so I'm not going to go over it with this one. But like I said, even if it's hard for you, you got to stand for something, man. You got to stand up for yourself. You got to stand up for what you believe in. You got to really be grounded in who you are. Really be grounded. I have number 4. I said, they don't like you. Oh, well, but they got to respect you, though. If they don't like you, that's cool. There's a lot of people that don't like me, but when they see me in public, it's all respect. They don't call me out my name. They don't curse me out. They don't do anything like that. First of all, they don't even play with me like that, because I'm not even the person. Like, if you respect me, I respect you. But I'm learning when I'm not being respected, I'm learning to communicate that and to still stand my ground without throwing hands. So that's what I've been working on. But the thing is that you don't gotta like me, but you gotta respect me though, because I deserve to be respected. The way I show up, my integrity. And I know I say integrity all the time, but the way that I am, no matter if I don't like people or not. Before, I didn't care if people knew that I didn't like them. Now I'm honest enough to tell somebody if I don't rock with them, but I still respect them as a person. I just don't fool with them like that, right? So like I said, you don't gotta like me, but you damn sure gonna respect me though, and you're gonna treat me with respect. And when you see me, you're gonna greet me and you're gonna talk to me. And you're going, hey, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you? Okay. And the reason why I'm saying you're going to is because I demand that. I treat you like that. You got to demand respect. And that's why a lot of people don't like me, because they don't like the fact that when they do something, I speak up about it. I'm always going to speak up of how I'm feeling. And if I feel like you're not respecting my boundaries, you're not respecting me, I'm going to say something. If it hurts your feelings, oh well. It doesn't matter. I hurt myself when I don't speak up. I hurt myself when I don't stand on what I believe. I hurt myself when I don't show up as myself. I hurt myself when I'm allowing people to dictate how I talk, how I walk, how I act. I hurt myself when I do that. I hurt myself when I do that. Now, number 5, I said, dare to be different. You don't have to, The number 5, I said, dare to be different. You don't have to think like everybody else. That's the thing. I don't know why people want other people to see life how they want to see it. You got to respect people's views, even if you don't agree with it. You know, like, I can't stand when you talk to somebody and they're so close-minded that they don't even want to hear where you're coming from. Okay, that's cool. But you're not going to make me change how I think, because God did not make us to think the same. You know what I mean? So, and even when I interact with people, or if they have opinions and stuff like that, I'm not just gonna say, yeah, okay. I'll say, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but the way I see it is a little bit different. But I respect you though. Like, I respect that you have an opinion. I respect it. Do I agree with it? No. You don't have to agree with people, and don't force somebody to make you. Don't force somebody. Don't allow somebody to force you to believe in what they're saying. Dare to be different. Dare to be different. I had people tell me when they talk to me, they're like, hey, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be real with you. You're weird. Like, you're not like an average black woman. Like, and what the heck is an average black woman? Like, I don't know why people expect all black women to act the same, or all black people to act the same, because we're all very different. You know what I mean? And we're all very different. And I like being different. I like the way you think I'm weird. Cool. I'm weird. I'm weird, cool, but the people that are meant for me understand where I'm coming from, and I'm not gonna sit here and force somebody, or sit here for hours at a time, making somebody try to understand my views on life and why I'm the way I am. Different things that I went through in life made me the person that I am today, and do I need to explain that to you? No, and I'm not. If you are on here and you watch my videos and you see different things that I've went through, then that will give you a better understanding of why I am the way I am, why I'm strong, why I have a voice, why I dare to be different. People always wanted people, and hate is a strong word. I don't like saying hate. People hated me so bad. They tried to do everything that they could to make me change, and I refused. Even when I was hurting. When I was teased about the way that I am. But no matter what you do, people are just not always going to get you. And that's cool. When people don't get me, I just let them know, hey, like, I don't understand where you're coming from, and I know that you don't understand where I'm coming from. So what we just going to do is not even interact with each other. And y'all may not agree with that. Well, that's just the way I am, because I'm not going to keep trying to force somebody to like me. I'm not going to try to keep hearing somebody say, okay, well, that's weird. Okay, well, why do you talk loud? Why do you think like that? Why did you handle that situation like that? Why don't you handle anything in your life? Why don't you handle anything in your life? Like, and the reason why, and the main people that say that are people that don't have a backbone and that get ran over. And I'm not allowing nobody to run over me, and I'm not biting my tongue for nobody, but that's me. I'm not doing that. And people tell me all the time, look, I love, like, you, the way you are. Like, man, like, you're you. Like, people tell me all the time, look, I think it's amazing how no matter who you're around, a dude or anything, you are the same all the time. Always. Always. And people used to tell me all the time, when you're around men, like, you just act the same. Yeah, I'm not gonna please no man. I'm not gonna please a man. There's no reason to. If you don't like the way I am, then baby, just not for me. That's it. But I'm not changing for no man. Because if I'm pretending or I'm putting on a front for that man, let's say we get in a relationship and all that other stuff, and he gonna eventually see the way that I pretended is not who I was, and that takes a lot of energy, baby. To try to be something that you ain't, that takes a lot of energy. I might as well I'd rather show up as I am, you take it or leave it, that's it. I'd rather show up as I am, you take it or leave it, that's it. I have number 6. I was itching to talk about this one. Backlash will come. Backlash will come. If you notice anybody that's great, that's different. Like, for example, let's say Lady Gaga. Before Gaga got famous, Lady Gaga, she said that people said she was weird and no one would ever like her music. And they said she will never get famous. She's dreaming. She bugging. That's what they told her. And Gaga is one of the most influential singers. The girl can sing. I went to, I want to say like 3 of her concerts out here, or 4, 3 or 4, because I'm a big Gaga fan. And that girl, exactly the same way that she sounds on radio, that's exactly how she sounds. And this is just an example. And she said that she didn't want to change. She wasn't going to change. She believed in her vision, and that's what she chased. Also, another person, Prince. Prince, if he says he's weird. But y'all see, he was walking around here with ass cheeks out and everything. And I honestly thought Prince was very sexy. I was like, this man is who he is. And he's a heterosexual man. And he dressed the way he dressed, and he's comfortable, and he gets out on the stage, and he is who he is. And I love people like that. Even Little Richard. Little Richard, he was over the top, but he had to do that. He had to do that because he said he had to make people, he had to wear dresses and not wear dresses, but he said he had to dress very flamboyant because if he didn't, then they'll just see him as a black man and not allow him to get on shows and be able to perform. So he did different things to allow the people to think that he's not a threat when he said that he was doing, even though he was, bisexual, he was doing more than the heterosexual men were when it came to women. That's what Little Richard said. So that's just an example that no matter what you do or how you are, people are going to have something to say. People are going to have something to say. And the reason why I know this is because with me, the way I am, people tell me all the time, like, look, like you are too pretty. And then when you start talking, I don't know what to say. They're speechless because the way I look, people feel that it doesn't match the way I act. But the way I act is the way I act. That's just what it is. And people criticize me all the time. And what is the most annoying thing is when people don't know you or they don't know me. And the way I am, my dad tells me all the time, and I know you guys are like, your dad tells you this and you're a woman. My dad always told me when I shook somebody's hand to shake it firm, even with men, because you don't want them to think that you're weak. That's what my dad told me. When you're talking to people, you give them eye contact. When you're saying things, you want to, be strong in your communication. Speak clearly, speak up, show your intelligence. That's how I was raised. And my dad didn't want me to be a naive woman. He didn't want me to be somebody that different men can take advantage of. My dad raised me the way he did because that's the way he wanted to raise me. And he talked to my mom about it. And my mom was like, okay, I mean, if that's what you think. My mom was all on board with it. Did she agree with all of it? No. But she loves the fact that now, as me in my adulthood, I can't be shaken. Everything that they installed in me made me the person that I am today. So, and the way I was raised, a lot of men, they don't like that. When I remember I shook this man's hand like that, and he went and told another man, the way my shell shook my hand, to me, I took that as disrespect. And I wasn't like what's up, bro? It wasn't like that. It was like, hey, how you doing? A little tight. That's it. Not too much. Not too much. And I was talking to my stepdad about it. My stepdad was like, here, shake my hand, show me, because he thought it was funny. He was like, show me. And I said, okay, this is how I shake people's hands. He was like, no, there's nothing wrong with that. I was like, exactly. But other men felt like I was trying to challenge them. If you felt like that, then that's you. If you are a man that's insecure and you don't like that I'm secure when it comes to myself, that's a you problem. I'm not going to stroke no man's ego. I'm not going to stroke nobody's ego. That's just me. So, and I'm used to getting backlash. Like I said, when I started getting style and started really, getting to know people and becoming popular and different things like that, I was popular, but people thought I was weird, but it don't matter because I'm popular. And more people like me, then more people hate me. That's what you got to think. In your head, when you feel like nobody likes you, just remember there are people that love you, that love what you stand for. So those people matter, not the ones that don't like you. Okay? Then I also said, so here I have 2 bonus. The first one that I want to talk about, I said, be grounded in who you are. When you know who you are and you take the time to really find out your dislikes, what you like, what you don't like, what you're going to tolerate, your non-negotiables, when you find out, how you want to show up in the world, how you dress, how you want to show up, it gives you a strong foundation with God mixing all that, and you know who you are, and you knowing that through Christ and through God, God made you the person that you are, and you have this really, really solid foundation, nobody can tell you nothing. Nobody can tell you nothing. And when you know that you're destined, and when you know that you're gifted, and when you know that you're chosen, that's all that matters. I know for a fact that I am a chosen one. Am I perfect? Am I a perfect one? No. Am I chosen? Yes. So I stand in that. I know I'm chosen. I know God made me the way that I am for a reason. But when I'm in different situations, I always tell myself all the time, just know you are chosen. When I have people questioning who I am or don't understand me, and are going out their way to misunderstand me, I am chosen. All the time. Be grounded. And even if you're not grounded, it's never too late to get grounded. It's never too late to find out who you are. Because different situations can allow you to lose who you are. And you got to be careful on that. Like death and really messed up situations that happened in my life caused me to detach from my self-esteem and not have no self-esteem. But it's always a work in progress. You can always, build that foundation with yourself and God. It's never too late to build that foundation. The last bonus tip that I have for you is to pray for strength. Pray for God to allow you not to care what others think. Pray for God to give you the strength to handle the people at that job that don't like you. Give you the strength to handle family members or parents that are critical of you. Give you the strength to still be yourself in a relationship with a person where you guys kind of clash and they don't like the way you are. Listen, if they don't like the way you are, why are they with you? And remember, you guys, when you're in a relationship, nobody wants nobody that just goes for anything. That gets old. So if you're in these relationships, be honest on how you feel. They'll respect you at the end of the day. They may not like it. They may get butthurt. But just know, you being honest and you being true to who you are, the person that you're with, they're gonna respect you. If not, they can get to 7. You know what I'm saying? But just know that. And to the people that don't have confidence but want confidence, pray for confidence. To the people that have a problem with how society treats them, pray to God to help you be able to navigate that. You got to pray. The things you want to be, ask God to allow you to become the things that you're not. Pray to God. Pray to God to allow you to handle criticism. Pray for that. Pray for that. Anything that you're struggling with, always take it to God. Always. I love you guys so much. When I was working today, this topic just came to me and I wanted to record it. And once again, you guys, I'm doing great. And for the people that always checking up on me, and to my subscribers that have been communicating with me by email, I love you guys so much, and I really hope that you guys have a blessed night. Well, I'm not gonna say blessed night or blessed day. I know we all over the world and everything, so I just hope you all have a blessed one. I'm praying for you guys. Once again, I love you all. If you want confidence, pray for it. Whatever you want, ask God. God said that you have not because you ask not. In other words, God saying, don't be mad at him because you ain't asked. But he'll probably be mad that I'm telling you that part. I'm just switching it up so you can understand it. But whatever you want, ask God. And he will give it to you. Love you guys so much. Take care. Bye.